friends. It's Krystal. So excited to talk about radio and Black women radio and everything radio. To talk a little bit about podcasting and syndication and how that affects terrestrial radio. And I mean, I don't know if I would say syndication affects terrestrial radio because syndication is terrestrial radio. I would say syndication versus like local radio. But as far as syndication goes, syndication's been the name of the game for a lot of folks since the Telecommunications Act of 1996. And y'all can Google that. I'm not going to give you a lesson on the legalities of the Telecommunications Act, but I think what people need to remember is that radio has been resilient and radio just kind of adapts. You kind of see now that radio takes podcasts. iHeart does this a lot and we'll syndicate it. We'll take podcast, give it a hot clock, and just re-air it on radio and give it that broader reach. Gives you a whole new ad spend. So radio is adapting to what people want, and people just want different content. So I mean, as far as like how radio has adapted to the rise in podcasting, they've just taken it and found a way to give it a radio format and monetize it. As far as like Black women in radio, Black women never really get the shine that they should, especially like the amazing Black women we've had in radio. I think Black women in radio are getting ready to do like an inaugural Black 30 and inaugurate these 30, I want to say 38 women into, I want to say it's the Library of Congress, and like digitize their voices and collections and like remember who these people are because they are so important. But I think if we all think back to our youth or even just like our parents, the one thing I love about radio and about like traditional media, I'll call it traditional media, is that it is a way that communities of color and especially Black people find like these generational bonds, right? So we all find to kind of grow up on the same talent. And a lot of these women have been on the air for decades. So like I would have heard someone that, my grandmother listened to because these people started when they're like 18, and being able to share that talent is important and it's special. And, women like a Shirley Strawberry, women like Beyonce Fox, what Kathy Hughes has been able to do. I mean, you go anywhere and you say the Quiet Storm and everyone starts singing the theme to the Quiet Storm, right? Sharon in Detroit, bringing it back like an Ebony Moonbeam, a Tammy Mack, Frankie Darcell, Pat Prescott. Like I can name after name. And depending on what region of the country you are, you're like, oh yeah, I love that person. I remember X, Y, or to Z. And it's these great community voices that bonds us, and we don't give enough credit to just how influential these women have been. And it's a shame, but I'm not surprised. Even like a Wendy Williams and how she transformed radio and then transformed television. It's a shame. Like I can just say it's a shame that we don't do that, and it's unfortunate. It really is, because I can think of like music I've been introduced to that I love, and talent that has outlived people I've loved. So, yeah, I love radio, and I hope someone can think back to like a Black woman that they've heard on air that they love too. But yeah, I love you guys. I'll see y'all when I get back from vacation, and keep doing what y'all doing.